Alright, we're back, and nothing too exciting, but just wanted to show you guys these soil conditions. I'm the first person to walk in. Nice, muddled goodness, and just came across this guy, clearly broken, but first point of the day. Broken, clearly. Nonetheless a keeper. Well, not really, but kind of junk, but I like it. We'll be back. Alright folks, here's proof that Native American Indians lived around here and that they enjoyed hobbies. This is pretty neat. I'm kidding. That's all. Be back. And I know you're all laughing hysterically about that last joke I just made. Here's I guess it's just a big old flake. I don't know, I'll have to clean it up to see if there's any micro serrations or anything on it, but still something, right? So I'm walking thinking to myself, I'm surprised I haven't found any scrapers. I'm over here on the left side of the field, which is where Trevor's found them in the past. And I look down and here's one, so I think it's a scraper. Let's see what's going on with this fella. That's a beaut. Neat base. It's not ground, I know what you're thinking. Definitely. That's a very nice scraper. That might be the nicest scraper I ever found. Well, this one looked like a flake, so I popped it off here, and that's where and ended up having a nice little vase on it. Not ground, but it's definitely notched. We'll be back. Well, today's going to be named the day that I keep picking up scrapers that look like flakes. I keep flipping a whole bunch of flakes in this area, but I also just came upon this fella. Let's see what this guy does for us. It's a big midsection to a big old piece. Darn shame, but I'm in a hot spot now. Flakes all around. So hopefully I'll be back with the killer here in a minute. I'll say this before, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's all about the soil conditions. Sometimes these little tricky guys will hide in you, and you'll go crazy trying to find them. And then sometimes they're just camped out, saying, "Hey, take me home with you." I mean, this thing is plain as day. It's all there, but a little thick. Doesn't feel ground, but I'll keep her. We'll be back. It's windy. Sorry for the wind. Here's another one. Just thick. Trev, you're gonna hate me, dude. I'm killing it in this field. There's no arrowheads in this field, but I am finding a lot of them. So here's a back view. The field runs all the way over. Beautiful location. And here's the street, pretty close. And here is a blunt. So I'm in a new field now. I just got permission, and this is one of the more interesting sites I've ever been to, because this overlooks a beautiful thing we know as the highway system. So what you're going to be hearing is a lot of background noise from that respective highway system. I've been in this field about 5 minutes, and I came across my first piece. It's a hafted scraper. We'll be back. This next one I'm going to codename Big Nasty. I don't know if it's anything, but I figured I'd share it in case it's something pretty cool. Look at that big old torque on that. Let's see. Big, nasty old scraper. Uniface. See if it, clean it up and see if it's anything. I don't think there's anything, but this huge piece of flint for around here. Boils. Big old chunk. Nah, it's nothing. Just thought I'd show you. It's really pretty. Native Americans are funny. I don't know why they'd want to live so close to the highway, but they're here. Sorry, that's the last bad joke of the day for you. Here's a point. I also found a neat hammerstone. Think about holding on to that. We'll be back. Alright, so I started at 3 fields back. There's a second field over there, and I'm at the edge of this third field, and I just found this fella. Oh. I found a whole bunch of other stuff too, but we'll get to that on the cleanup. But here's another hafted scraper, and we'll be back. Alright folks, time to do a quick cleanup. Here's a little tip I found. Broken base. Another broken base. That was the first one I found today. A broken tip. I just washed these off and scrubbed them down with my toothbrush. This one was a heartbreaker for sure. It might have been a dovetail. This is neat because the color it's also utilized on a flake. This is real flat right here. That's the way it broke. Look at that bright red. Pops you all of a sudden. That's the one that was in a clob of mud and I didn't see it until it was too late. It's kind of windy out here. Here's another broken base or some kind of a piece generally overlooked. Here's a little tip. You're probably wondering why we didn't go to, our next stop wasn't my friend's house. I asked him about getting his permission to video, and he's preferred that he didn't, but he's got a pretty killer collection. He said he's going to think about it, get back with me. That's another base. Where's some other stuff here? Here we go. Another base. It's kind of hard to tell, but actually a midsection. Another midsection, thicker piece, clunkier piece. Oh, by the way, what I believe is a hammerstone. That's keeping my paper towel in place. I literally just washed them, that's why it's you're seeing my fingerprints. But if you look at it on certain angles, see these little pits right here? That's usually signs of where they would use these folks as them. And then we've got this big clunker scraper thing that I found. Pretty neat. Thick. Moving into a broken, this would have been a big piece. This is the side of a blade or something. It's thick. It would have been sharp there. Nice flaking. That would have been a 6-inch dove in my dreams. Here we go. More scrapers. This one's got nice flaking all around it. It's thick. It's like a thumbnail scraper, they call them. Broken base of some kind, so it's probably hafted. It's, you know, utilitarian. Another deliberately hafted scraper here. The top blunted off. Nice and sharp edge on that side. Another, what I believe to be hafted scraper. Thick. Sort of flat. This is probably the ugliest hafted scraper or random flake that I found. It's got Cortex here. It's got a little bit of damage on the other side, and then poof, just nasty. I think if this was utilized, it was just because it happened to have the right shape. It might end up actually, hold on. Alright, now it's in my garden. Let's disregard that particular piece. I didn't like that anyway. Here's a Breathitt chert piece, I believe. It's wet still, sorry. Didn't give it enough time to dry. Clunker, it's thick. Neat little base on it though. Here's that nice hafted scraper. It's not paleo. I know it's kind of got that paleo feel to it, but it's sharp base. Nice flaking around it. And then some kind of a possible utilized knife. It's thin. There was one edge where I saw some flaking. I forget where. It could just be, that might be a tosser. That might hit the garden here after the video. But it's a nice piece of flint. It's Carter Cave flint. Showed this to my friend from the way home. And he thinks this was definitely another uniphase piece, but it's been worked along this edge. It's real sharp. And then another hafted scraper. Started hunting around 11:30. I got done around 3:30, and that was about an hour of driving. So I really only walked fields for, I don't know, a couple hours. I had a really good day. This fella here, thick, a chunker, but you get the idea. And then another nice base. It's got an impact fracture on this side. See all that boom, that hinge? But I'll take it. Oh, it's got a real blunt base too. I think it was a piece of scrap flint that they notched, and not a whole lot of work put into that fella. And then this guy's probably my find of the day. Nice piece. I think the base is a little jacked up, yeah. Ear's missing over there, but part of the base rather. I also have a, what is it? And this might have been a shaft straightener or a tool that was used. It could just be a rock. But I found this as I was leaving. It's got this groove. See this groove right in here? Stood out to me immediately. Now, I could be wrong. I just cleaned it up. It's also got another groove. Here it is. Right here. So it could have been a two-sided, tool to, like, let's say if this was an axe head, to shape the back of the axe, or it could have been a shaft straightener. It's got a neat groove right here, a neat groove right there. I don't know. Let's hear your opinions. If anything, it's probably going to be a new addition to my my garden. And last one I found, it's pretty cool. I'm just kidding. I just picked this up from my buddy. 4 1/16 inch Coshocton Thebes. It's pretty sweet. It's got a little damage right here, but you don't find these puppies often. No, for the record, I did not find this piece today, but it's something he mentioned to me, and I just thought to myself, I want a big black arrowhead. I don't have one of them yet. So that's it. Big, thick. It's beveled. Beveled. So just fun. It's huge. That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Get out there and hunt. Have a good one.